Welcome to collecting one of every single LEGO Star Wars minifigure. If you want to get straight into the action, skip to this time. Otherwise, I want to take some time to explain the project. I've always thought that collecting one of every minifigure would be a really cool thing to work towards, even if it never gets done in the end. I don't want to start off this series by saying it's going to be a failure, but let's be honest, collecting one of every Star Wars minifigure is going to be very expensive and time-consuming. That's why I'm treating this sort of like a side project. I'm not going to be actively working towards it, but when I do get some new minifigures, I will add them to the ever-growing collection. The episodes are always going to depend on what I get and when I get them, so they may be days apart, they may be months apart, they may be a year apart. The title of the project is pretty self-explanatory. Something that I'm not for sure on right now is accessories and animals. You'll see later that I am counting accessories as part of the minifigures. That is something I might change my mind on later, but we'll see. Another thing we'll see about is monsters or animal creatures. I don't know if I'm going to count those as parts of the collection, so we'll see about that too. In this episode 1, I'm going to be going over all of the minifigures that I have currently. They're all going to be from several years ago, back when I was most interested in LEGO Star Wars. After this one, each episode will be about figures that I've added to my collection after this point. I'll mention this again, but this is my first time ever recording a video like this, so the quality is not going to be great, but I hope to improve over time. Now let's finally get to my collection so far. Alright, time to really get started. Please excuse the really bad cinematography setup and I don't know everything about this video. This is literally the first time that I have ever done something like this, so let's give it a shot, I guess. First off, let me show everything that I have in my collection currently. Ooh, it's not even gonna fit on the screen. And I am going to go one by one, but just so you can kind of get a good overview, here's some extra droids. Here's everything that is currently in my collection, and for this first episode, I'm going to be going over each one by one, and then that'll be it, hopefully. I won't have any episodes that have more figures than this. You'll probably notice a few trends about all of these figures. They're all sort of from the same time period. None of these figures are in sets that are out right now, unless they're like really common stuff. And that's because I just haven't bought any LEGO sets and opened them recently. I had to add that and open them because I have bought some sets recently. So let's get these cleared out of the way and then we'll go one by one. And I'm gonna not talk too much about any of them because, well, no one. Oh shoot, my light. I just yeah. Oh, this is already a disaster. Just realized I didn't even. There we go. I just forgot to turn it on. I don't know if that looks better or not, but let's go with it. Alright, I'm just gonna go in the order that I have them set up. It's not in any particular order. Maybe some of them are from the same sets that are next to each other. Now let's get started with the first minifigure, General Grievous. And right now I'm just gonna toss him off to the side. Eventually I will be looking into getting a case or something like that to store them in, but right now we'll just deal with what we got, which is some base plates and empty space, and maybe a bucket or two. Right, next up, this is Embo, I believe. I guess we can go with some other figures from the same set. Aura Singh, and this character I think is called Suki, or something like that, or maybe not, because not that memorable of a character. We have this Rhodian guy, Newt Gunray. We got a pilot battle droid. From the same set as the Grievous, we have this guy who, this is crazy to me thinking like now, but he's got a sticker on his like face. This is a minifigure and it's got a sticker on it. That is crazy to me. I know they used to have stickers all the time, but even when this was released, that's kind of crazy. Anyways, we got this guy who got killed in that episode of Clone Wars. I don't know his name. Darth Maul with the robot legs and then double lightsabers. We have one Death Watch Maul Mandalorian, I guess. And I have another one. I think their heads might be different, which is oh man, can you tell the difference? Technically these are separate minifigures, so I am going to count them as separate minifigures. But man, their heads are barely different. Next, we got a Kashyyyk clone trooper. Sorry about not getting them in focus. Like I said, I'm new to this. This is like the perfect range right here. And then Yoda. A bit of an older figure compared to the rest. Hoth Han Solo. We got a rocket battle droid. Oops, kind of coming undone. The legs are a little loose. We have some old Republic figures. These are pretty sick. Actually, the helmets are not that great, but look at that gun. That is crazy. I think these helmets look a lot better. Very Vader-like. And then there's also another one. This one has less red. And then one more. Again, same outside, but different face from the previous one. Oops, kind of coming undone here. We got, I forgot what the yellow means. Maybe an officer. Yeah, I think it's like an officer battle droid. And then we got the big one, the battle droid that they've been making for like 20 years. Same as always. Luminara. Super battle droid with the cannon. Han Solo in Carbonite. You can tell he's from Carbonite because he's all dusty. Yeah, most of these figures have been sitting on shelves for multiple years. And then we got Boba Fett. Let me just move all these. I don't know how loud that's going to be with the microphone, which is it's right there. It's on the table. It's right next to everything. Alright, that was the first base plate all done. And I just looked over and we've got a whole lot more. Alright, I guess we can do this spider droid. I think they're called spider droid. Yeah, spider droids. And then there's one more. This is an older brown one. Very dusty. I don't know if you can tell. And then another big droid. Droidica. One of the mini designs. And then we got a classic Darth Vader. Han Solo. Obi-Wan. And Luke. I think these are all from the Millennium Falcon set. We got this guy. I think his name starts with Z. He does have a name. Maybe like Zek something. Zez. I don't know. Got a Rodian Tatooine. I remember this very, very much because this was from a Battlefront set, which came out when I was very into Battlefront. Also from the same set, that one. And then we got this guy and this guy. Those are the 4 rebels. We got Anakin, young Anakin, and when they have a hair accessory, right now what I've got is like a clear cylinder piece so they can hold it, because otherwise I don't want them to just have a loose hair piece that are part of it, Princess Leia. I was about to say Han Solo, but I think this is Anakin. Well, clearly from the lightsaber, but... Bosk. Let me just move that a bit closer. And then we got another Battlefront. I have all the Battlefront sets, by the way. Inferno Squad. Member 1, 2, 3. Check out this gun, by the way. And then Iden Versio. Rebel guy. ATST pilot. I believe this guy from Rogue One is called Baze Melbus or something like that. We got R2-D2 who's a little stuck. Ugnaught. I think this is a N1 Naboo starfighter pilot. We got this thing from that episode of the Clone Wars. Ooh, he's got a little hair on him, but he is a hairy guy. To be fair, I have no idea what these are called, by the way. Hoth Rebel. Another Hoth Rebel. Anakin. Lightsaber is upside down, but I'm not sure if that's my mistake or if that was as it was said on the instructions. Ahsoka. And I think this guy is called Rata the Hutt, Jabba's son. Very weird story from the Clone Wars movie. Celebration Han Solo. This monkey guy from Rogue One. And then all the figures from that same U-Wing set. And then Red Battle Droid. I don't know what you call this. I'd call it a specialist from Battlefront. Smiley face, Hoth Rebel. Another, ooh, this R2-D2 is even more stuck. Right there. And then one fell on the floor. The snowtrooper. We got all these guys left. So let's keep going. Forlom. Dengar. BB-8 with a little bit of a suntan. Some of some of my white sets and white figures have gotten a little sun damage over the years. Some of these are really stuck on there. We got from the 3rd Battlefront set, Stormtrooper with jump pack, Imperial Officer, and then Shock Trooper. I think this is like an ATST or AT-AT guy. And then Stormtrooper pilot for an AT-AT, I think. Those are, I think, just from a battle pack, so I'm not really sure. We got IG-11 coming apart a little bit. There we go. One of the more unique figures we've got here is Christmas Yoda. Some of these figures are, I clearly remember not having them to start out with, so I've traded stuff with friends before. This is one of those figures that I've definitely traded for. Another one would be the Watto from the Pod Race set. We got Imperial Royal Guard. Oh man, the astromechs are very stuck to the base plate. a little worried because a lot of these pieces are kind of old. There we go, the brown astromech from the Plo Koon Starfighter. Got a whole bunch of clones coming up. This is one of them. Another clone, phase 1. Got some more phase 1s. Pilot. An olive green clone trooper. We got this one. I'm not sure what the name of this is. Standard Clone Wars clone trooper. Then we got this one, either an ARF or an ARC trooper. Here's another one. I have Barris Offee or Offrey. TIE Fighter Pilot. C-3PO. Hoth Luke. Hoth Han, another one. This one's a little bit newer. We got the, oh, I got worried for a second. I thought part of the brown piece broke off. If you look right there, it's not in focus, but I saw that thing right there and I got a little scared. But it's all good. Besides, it's just brown legs. It's not like that costs much. Anyways, moving on. We got a red. This is a pretty cool figure. Red C-3PO. I know it's not actually him, but don't know the name. We got a pretty awesome figure with the Death Star plans. Poggle the Lesser. And something I never mentioned is, for all that I could find, I included their accessories. I think that's something I'm going to continue doing. Moving on, we've got Clone Wars Yoda, Slave Leia, Hoth Leia. This is a cool figure. A Shadow Trooper. Is this called? I don't even know if these are canon, but this is from that dropship set. Maybe the reason I like it so much is because this was like the ultimate skin when Battlefront 2015 came out. Man, I'm sorry, I can never keep these in focus. I want to like hold it here. Oh, there we go. That's nice. All right, moving on. We've got this guy. Don't know his name. And Cad Bane. Pretty cool minifigure. Surprisingly tall commando droid. Here's the most awesome figure so far. You're gonna need to sit down for this one. We've got the skeleton from, I think it's like a Wampa Snowspeeder set. Technically, this is a Star Wars minifigure. So, yeah. Put it in the pile. Next up, we've got Savage Opress. Pretty cool. Anakin. And Ventress from that same set. Her arm is both of her arms are a little weak, because I was horrified to discover there's a minor crack in the torso, which, I mean, I don't care that much, but that kind of sucks. We've got a Death Watch Mandalorian, Mace Windu Clone Wars. We've got Jar Jar Binks. He's a little battle damaged. I think at one point I painted this, or I don't know, did something with it. So yeah, if I can, I'd like to get a new head that isn't so worn. This Gungan warrior is in a lot better shape. We've got a black assassin droid, I think they would be called, and then a chrome silver assassin droid. Got a normal B2, or are these B2 super battle droids? I don't know. We got a normal rebel trooper, Plo Koon, and then we got a whole bunch of Ewoks. First, this one. We've got this one. I think this is a named character. I'm gonna say Chief Chirpa, I think. I looked up the names for all of them like a week or two ago for this collection. I don't know, maybe I'm right about that. Got another Ewok, not sure if this is a named character. And last Ewok. You've got the, I don't know if I should call it the classic, but to me this is like the classic Stormtrooper. We've got a Bomb Squad Clone Trooper. Oh man, pile's getting pretty big. But that is going to be the final one after this medical droid. And there we go. That's all of them. Like I said, I don't think this is the ideal way to keep your minifigure collection. So I have been looking into getting a case or some other way to display them that isn't so lame. Well, that is going to conclude. Hold on, let me just spread them out here. That is going to conclude episode 1 of collecting every LEGO Star Wars minifigure. This is going to be a very, very long series, and if I'm being totally honest, it probably will never fully be done, but I think it's a really fun project to work towards that I want to do anyways. From now on, all of the minifigures that I show off will be new ones that I've added to my collection. As I said, this is all that I have before starting this series. So now we're all caught up, and I'll see you next episode.